Good Morning Night Vale is brought to you by The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, a new independently produced and crowdfunded 10-episode original audio drama. Set in a deceptively familiar world of electronic surveillance and machine-mediated communication, The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine follows Lydia Ryan and her friends, lovelorn Ethan and wannabe internet sensation Dee, as they struggle to unravel the mystery of her mother's disappearance. Escape the sinister Fontaine family, and survive the feud over her grandfather's supernatural legacy. It weaves bitter family drama and high-stakes intrigue with fantasy and cyberpunk elements to create a surreal mystery about secrets and grudges, old books, big data, and the promise of infinite knowledge. And do not forget the talking birds. It's a full-cast production with original music and a bespoke soundscape presented through a series of found-footage-style surveillance recordings. And it's important to note, this show was made entirely without generative AI. Even the computers are voiced by human actors. Episodes are free, and you can start listening right now with the Season 1 finale due to come out on August 16th. For more information, go to lydiadisappears.com. and find The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine wherever you get your podcasts and start listening from the beginning.
Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
All that glitters is not gold, particularly that thing over there.
That's maybe a giant insect of some sort. It's really too dark to tell.
Good morning, Night Vale.
Hey there, friends. It's me, Symphony.
And it is me, Meg.
And I am Hal. And this is Good Morning Night Vale, the podcast where three people who are the cast of Welcome to Night Vale talk about Welcome to Night Vale episode by episode and react and listen to some of your theories and suggestions. We go behind the scenes. We do everything. It's great. Where have you been? Welcome.
We do everything.
We do it all.
This is a one-stop shop.
Yeah, we are a full-service podcast. We do it all.
We really do.
We do.
We ask no questions.
Tell no lies. In this episode, cookies. 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 Well, did you ever see that movie? It's like, you guys want some cookies? Corky Romano.
Yes.
Okay, that one.
Did not.
And then also the one more recently is Get These Cookies. Do you know who that is?
Al Gore.
Miss Vanjie.
Miss Vanjie.
Vanjie.
She's from one of the
Lisa
drag
Vanjie.
programs.
Yes, she is from the drag program that I enjoy for all you drag race chasers out there. All right. But anyway, in this episode's cookies, it's Girl Scout cookies time in Night Vale. Plus, updates from Khoshekh and Dana, a safety announcement from the highway department, and a magnanimous gesture from station management. Let's talk about it!
We sure can. What I love about this episode is that Girl Scout cookies, which is a thing that
it's a time-honored tradition.
It's a time-honored tradition that's very popular in America, and in Night Vale, it's this similar thing. Like the rules are kind of the same, which I think is interesting. That it's not something that really. I mean, of course, it gets wildly out of hand and is used by an evil corporation to harm people, but it's like the premise
in
of
the
it.
end.
Yeah, the premise of it is the same as it is in our world, which I think is interesting, especially the premise of like parents totally flaking and being like, oh shit, someone's got to buy all the cookies. We got to like.
Well, of course, I know. And I will talk about Steve Carlsberg's neglect as a parent, but in a minute, hold on. In a minute. However.
In a minute. Remember that from Saturday morning cartoons?
Every time I bring that up, no one ever gets it. I'm like, in a minute. Because it's the fish. He's in the water.
Yeah.
He can't say in a minute. He's like, anyway. What is you guys' favorite Girl Scout cookie? I'll start. I like the plain old, what are those, trifoils? It's the shortbread ones. Trefoil, whatever. It's the shortbread ones. And I also like the lemon smiles. What about y'all?
I like the caramel delight. I also really like the tag along, which is the chocolate peanut butter application.
Ooh.
You put it on your nails. This is a brief application. It will last you a month. I assume that the caramel delights are the same as Samoa's.
They are.
Yeah. See, there are two. This is very interesting for people who don't know this. There are two different bakeries that produce the Girl Scout cookies, and depending on where you are and what bakery the cookies come from, they have different names, and there are slight variations in the recipe, although they are generally the same. And my favorite is shaped a little bit like a flower one way and like a flat disc the other. But either way, give me those Thin Mints.
We have definitely a lot of fans who write into us concerning these after we discussed them. I believe, was it Cassette where we talked about them? We talked
about Girl Scouts, right?
Yeah, we've talked about the cookies a lot before, and people have written in to tell us lots of things about them. And so I appreciate that we are all connected in our love for Girl Scout cookies. I've yet to meet a person who's like, you know what, fuck those Girl Scout cookies. I would rather have a Hydrox, you know?
Wow.
The original sandwich cookie.
Yeah. Sometimes you can improve upon the original. Let that be said.
You can, but
have you tried these Oreo Thins? They're delicious.
No, I want a full Oreo.
Well, all right.
But why?
It's less calories or something.
Do I need a lower calorie option for my Oreo? There's no such thing as half measures.
I think also maybe it's just like an easier, like pop them in your mouth sort of snack.
Yeah.
Do you think a regular Oreo is an easy snack for you to?
I can fit a few of those in my mouth and be just fine.
At one time? How many?
Yeah. I've never tested
How many? Test it.
Now that
now.
Maybe we'll do that as Patreon only content when we hit how many patrons do we have right now? Do we know what our count is?
Some.
Okay.
I think 116.
I'll tell you what, when we hit 175 individual patrons, I will do a piece of video content where I will see how many Oreos I can fit in my mouth. I will do it on a Saturday, which is my cheat day.
I would join in on that.
I'll do it too. Hey, why not?
Let's each do it. We'll each do like an intro, and then it'll be spliced together. It'll be like a third of the screen.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And we'll see how many each of us can stuff in our mouth.
Artistic like.
I think that's the Night Vale content that people crave.
Yeah.
is all of us stuffing food in our mouths. That's what we need.
Yeah.
For goodness sakes.
Of my skills, there's a number of things that I'm good at. I'm a very good driver. This is just me, an opportunity to brag on myself. I'm a very good driver. I consider myself a formidable comedian. I feel like I'm a really good cook. The thing that I am best at in life is getting food into my body. It is the thing that surpasses all of my other talents, is be able to make food go from the outside of my body to the inside of my body in varying degrees of quickness and volume. It is my greatest life skill.
That's a solid talent.
It's a survival skill, too. It keeps you alive.
Or in my case, it slows my lifespan down. Keeps me
it's a double-edged sword.
Less alive going forward, but for the current time, it's normal.
Yeah, says doctors.
Yeah, they don't know.
They all went to upstairs medical school. They don't know.
They used to be all barbers. Like, come on, please.
What do they know?
Listen, I'm not all that impressed with doctors. I've been to some, and I'm always like, this, what? Like what? I always come to them with a problem. They're like, it's not a big deal. I'm like, but then why does it feel like a big deal? And they have no answer for that.
And then you say, gotcha.
Gotcha. Tease the controversy.
And you point at them. Well, speaking of doctors, let's talk about the injustice of Khoshekh losing an eye. and never being able to move the same because of his leg. But Cecil did get to hold him.
Yeah.
They had a romantic love.
I don't know if it was a romantic love. I would hope not.
I think there's a romantic love between, I mean, like, not sexual, like
a platonic love.
Like he wants to marry the cat, but not sleep with the cat.
Familial love.
Yeah, familial love. Okay, maybe that's more accurate. But I mean, I don't know. I loved my cat.
Listen, if you want to come out right now and say that your headcanon Cecil and Khoshekh have a sexual relationship.
No, that is not at all what I think at all. I just think the love for Khoshekh is greater than Cecil could have ever imagined and ever expected himself to be capable of loving another creature. But it's in no way sexual. It's more, if anything, like a parental love.
There you go.
Sorry, I say romantic for a lot of things. I say romantic when I dim the lights in my spin class. It's not romantic, but I get a laugh every time. I'm like, hey, I'm going to make it romantic in here. And people are like, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
And I'm like, welcome to my house of pain, bitch.
You catch 3 of them making out with the handlebars at the end.
No, I hope they don't, because that is probably gross.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely some sort of strep bacteria there that is unkillable.
Yeah, it is resistant to all the antibiotics.
Unkillable by modern medicine, especially modern medicine as prescribed by doctors.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of romantic love, a love that Cecil does not have for his brother-in-law, Steve Carlsberg, we finally get revealed who Steve is, and we are... the door is cracked open as to why Cecil has such animosity for Steve, because it's his brother-in-law, a natural enemy.
Yeah. You know,
of uncles everywhere.
I have to say, when I was listening to this, my thought was like, that's not fair. He's basically single parenting it right now. He's doing the best he can to take care of his daughter. And yeah, sometimes a thing will slip through the cracks.
Sure.
But we don't know the extent. You know, look, it's proven that Cecil's an unreliable narrator. And in my brain, where Steve Carlsberg is a perfect angel who can do no wrong.
Well, he names a bunch of like things like that make him kind of like.
I think it's made up.
Oh, you think he's just like saying things spitefully?
I think things are being blown out of proportion about him.
I will say that you will get a chance to defend Steve's honor in the fan zone.
Yeah. You know what? Stick a pin in this. But it is, just for those of you listening, I do always listen to things through like a Steve Carlsberg lens, and I imagine what his reality is in that moment. And the truth is always going to be in between what Cecil reports and what Steve is actually doing. And that's the fun gray area of it, is I play what I think is the truth, and Cecil will play what he thinks is the truth. So when we do scenes together, that always makes for an interesting mix.
Yeah. And that's the truth from which your acting comes. It's that you are operating by a set of rules that is different than the set of rules that Cecil is operating under. Then those rules come together live on stage.
That's right.
And an uncomfortable hug most of the time.
Yeah.
Live on stage. Oh, I'm going to get that hug every time I'm out there. I will swing him around.
He likes it on it. He likes it.
Of course.
Deep down.
Of course.
Way deep.
He doesn't want to admit it.
I can't wait for a 2020 script where Cecil's character is tasked with having to hug Steve and like it.
And then I turn and I'm like, this isn't good.
Yes.
So through next up in the script, he starts alluding to the whole Starks Corp management thing. But before that before he actually ends up talking to Lauren, before Lauren comes on, Dana comes in from the netherworld. By the way, she talks about how she's able to kind of like blink into our reality by kind of looking peripherally. Mm-hmm. I always get scared by things in my periphery. Like it could be like a hair or a bug or something, and I'm like, huh.
Like the time we were recording and we said there was a ghost behind you, and you were like, stop it.
I can't be scared now, Hal. I'm not in my home. I'm in someone else's home that is for sure ghost free.
At least none of your ghosts are there. Yeah.
None of my ghosts.
They're all some stranger's ghosts. It's like, it's someone else's sheets, someone else's breakfast cereal, someone else's ghosts. They don't want to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Hey, are you down with OPG?
Other people's ghosts.
Are you down with?
You know me. Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, that's right.
But so what's interesting about when Dana is coming through as, speaking of other OPG, she's kind of like OPG for herself in the future.
Yeah.
Because she goes, like, when she, like, looks side, she goes all these places, right? And then she looks sideways, and she's at a birthday party for, like, her brother or whatever, and he's going to be 33, but that's, like, years ahead, and she's important. Dun, dun, dun. Spoilers.
Yeah, she's an important person in a suit.
This is when we knew.
Yes. It's a great piece of foreshadowing that I hadn't caught. This is me re-listening to it, because I listened to it in that lead up to us doing the live show at PodX, which you'll hear eventually soon in like 4 more episodes.
We're close. I think it's in October. I think October we'll get it. I think actually it's the Halloween episode.
Halloween? Dang it.
Halloween, you will visit it. But, the mayoral result is foreshadowed heavily here, which is something I didn't pick up the first time. And just going back very briefly to Cecil before this, what I love about Cecil's performance throughout this is that slow burn that he's been doing throughout this arc, like feeling the bubbling up of this anger and this resistance getting stronger and stronger is a really fun direction for his character to take. And the performance reflects that.
Yeah, the pacing's great.
Oh my gosh. I made a note about that actually, that Cecil's performance of this episode, I think, is one of my favorites. Like there's times when he's playful, there's times when he's like resistant, there's times when he's trying to like bring people send coded messages and toe the company line. He's really doing so many things. It's like reading between the lines, and it's gorgeous, especially when you realize what is coming later.
Right.
In going back and listening to this episode, it's just, I agree with you, Hal. It's just like, it's just like you're sitting there going, yes, yes. Like one of those people that's a conspiracy theory and you're like, it's coming true. With your aluminum foil hat on.
Yeah. As much as the weird stuff of Night Vale is a hook to get people in, I think what keeps you listening are your investment in the characters and having these steps forward for these characters and getting to learn a little bit more about him other than like a little bit of his romantic story, which obviously that brought us in, but his development as a person here is a really, really strong hook. This may be my favorite episode so far that we've listened to, just for nothing overstays its welcome. Even the Dana stuff, which is odd in a very good way. I like that she's basically a pair of rabbit ears on a television. And it's got a good piece of foreshadowing in it. It just feels oddly linear. And that clicks with me as a listener.
Yeah, I agree with you, Hal. Then speaking to what Symphony was saying with the different tonal shifts and mood shifts that Cecil is creating in the performance, it really is spectacular. There's like such tension and like, it really does runs the gamut because it goes from him holding Khoshekh to him creating that, like the stuff with station management is super tense where he's like taunting Daniel about how much blood he has. And then we go to the Dana stuff and then we come back and then when Lauren Mallard tries to the conversation between Lauren and Cecil where Lauren is like really trying to play him and he's
so
like,
pointed
and he like absorbs it and then he comes back and he doesn't like curl up and die. I thought that was a very strong choice of like just being like, okay, you're definitely 100% evil, but you don't get to win.
She's played like a mob boss the way she's like, oh yeah, what was your niece's name?
Yeah.
Like she knows what his niece's name is.
Yeah.
She just wants him to say it. She's exerting that control over him. And again, I know we've talked about the performance before, but how understated it is and how sweet she plays it just sells the sinister so much better. There are a million ways as an actor that you can attack a text. And I think certainly when you're starting, you go for whatever is the most obvious. Like, here's the emotion I'm seeing on the page, so I'm just going to play it out right. It's way more interesting for an audience and for a performer too when you play against that and you put it behind something.
Exactly, Hal. And I think Meg had said in one of the previous episodes when Lauren was on that she weaponized words, weaponized people's names. She did that with Carlos, and now she did it with Janice. Same thing. She's like, oh, Janice. Yeah, it's Janice. And it's like, there's menace there while being like so saccharine sweet on top of all of that. And I think what makes it genuine and makes you like really believe something is that it's like it's like menacing, but like you're like, oh, someone would actually be this way. Someone actually could, if they were this evil and this calculating, they wouldn't be like, Mwahaha, I will kill you and your kids. They're doing it in a really subtle, and especially since she's in a legal business, and I do that with quotation marks. She's not a mobster. She's in a legal business, right? But that, like her being able to change the mood just with her voice and the way she uses the text is what really is spectacular.
Yeah, and then I mean, just the writing of it too, with the kind of gradual systemic attacks against Cecil, like it's like starting with like saying Carlos and wanting to murder him, injuring Khoshekh, setting the Strex pet loose and injuring Khoshekh. Now, like trying to come for Janice. It's like
Tamika,
it's like she's trying to take him down like bit by bit by bit.
And part of that is maybe because Cecil is a linchpin in the community of Night Vale.
Well, he controls the flow of information, right?
Right.
Or he's the vessel of information, even though he doesn't control it. So he's a voice of authority. So if you own him, then it's a lot easier to subjugate a large group of people.
Exactly.
Because they can't come directly for Cecil, not yet.
Yeah.
But they can continue to control him through fear by going after the things that he loves.
I love that she, in posing sort of as a fan, but throws it to Weather, sort of like dominates him in that moment.
Yes.
And takes that away from him. Like, oh, I'm going to do it. Let me do it. Okay, I'm going to do it. And so
it was never a question.
Another way to, there's just another way to exert control.
Yeah, she's a monster. But she doesn't look like a monster, and she doesn't sound like a monster, but she's a monster.
Those are the scariest monsters.
Yeah.
She's Dolores Umbridge.
Oh, yes.
But almost more insidious because Dolores Umbridge looks sweet, but then she does nasty things like right in front of you and then covers it up, as opposed to all of those things happening behind the scenes and only ever sort of inferred by her body language.
Have you guys seen Orange is the New Black?
I've seen I haven't seen the most recent season or the season before that.
7. Okay. There's this woman, Linda. She because it's like a privatized prison, so it's owned by this corporation, Polycon. Okay. And this woman is what I imagine Lauren Mallard looks like. And she has like a brown like bob, and she like smiles about because they're also doing like now detention centers, immigration detention, ICE detention centers. And she's like smiling and talking about cost savings and stuff when it's as commodities instead of people. And this is what I imagine Lauren Mallard is in my head. So if any of you can make that connection, I think you'll totally get what I mean. What I mean, that she reminds me of, she's a Linda.
Right.
She sure is. Up next, we hear from fans and friends of the podcast about their theories, comments, and questions. But first, a conversation about this episode's weather, which is Haunted by Maya Kern.
I loved this song. I mean, I love most of this music, but I liked how moody it was. I liked how haunting. I mean, obviously it's called Haunted, but I loved how haunting the tune was. Yeah, and I wanted to do witchy stuff to it.
I think Maya would encourage that.
Is she a witch?
I don't know if she's a witch. She definitely did. She's in my researching of her, I actually fell in love with her as I started Googling her.
Okay.
She's an illustrator and comic artist as well as a musician.
Cool.
And she has a lovely website with lots of like really, really fun, interesting drawings. Her Instagram was really cool. Yeah, her artwork is really cool, and she has like a pretty good line of enamel pins. I'm like sales pitching her, but
I love enamel pins.
And she draws a lot of babe women being babes together, and I think that's great.
Hot.
Yeah, I'm always down for a quirky girl with a ukulele. I think that, I think it's cute every time.
Yeah.
And in the past, I have said things about ukuleles on this podcast.
You want to retract them?
No, I'm going to stand by them. But
you're doubling down.
Double down.
Double down on them.
Just because it's not complex doesn't mean that it can't be fun, guys. And
yeah.
I love this weather. I thought it was a really good compliment to the episode. Those first lyrics, which is "Your heart is beating, I can see it. I've never felt quite so betrayed." And I know that what the song is about is not necessarily what the episode is about.
Right.
But that is such a nice dovetail. Cecil's constantly being betrayed right now by StrexCorp. And that relationship, which probably wasn't great to begin with, just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So just that opening I made that mental connection right away, and it pulled me into the song a lot more, as well as feeling like the song enhanced the episode. I think in cases like that, sometimes the episode can help enhance my enjoyment of the song, and that happened here.
Tender talk, Hal. I love it.
This is Tender Talk with Hal Lublin. Hey, everybody.
I don't know if it's just because I play a teen character, but like, I don't know. I watch a lot of teen drama shows like on CW or whatever. Like if it's got a vampire and like you're trying to decide whether to go to prom or be with your vampire boyfriend, like I'm here for it. You know what I mean? Or if you're like trying to decide whether to give your soul to the devil or not because you're a witch, like I'm here. I'm like your prime audience. But it made me think of like because the teen girls are like not exactly the focus of this episode, but there's lots of like women in flux, like young women in change, like in this episode. Janice is growing up, is doing stuff. Tamika is, trying to save the town, and Lauren Mallard's coming after her. Dana's on this like crazy spiritual and real, but it is kind of spirit. She's in a kind of spirit realm. That's what I imagine it is, type thing. And this song just, I don't know, spoke to me in that way. It was a great underscore to Dawson's Creek.
Oh, the Creek.
I don't want to wait.
I've watched a good amount of the Creek, and it holds up. Actually, I don't know if it holds up. It definitely doesn't hold up.
I think they tried. I think it's all most of it is like their relationships, though.
Yeah, what it's all about is their relationships.
I don't think they talk about like real issues other than "I love you, Pacey."
There's definitely some real stuff that comes in, if I'm remembering correctly. There's like like teen issues of the time, right?
Mm-hmm. A lot of crawling through windows.
Yeah. Which
we all did as teenagers.
I'm sorry. That maybe happened once in my whole life.
Really?
I never had friends that would just keep crawling in and out of my window. My parents were like, "Shut that shit down." They would be like, "No."
My friends used the door.
Yeah. Did it happen once, or did it happen nonce?
Nonce.
No, it happened once.
It did?
This boy named Daniel Rhodes.
Oh, called out by name, first and last.
Oh,
dragged.
Yeah. He doesn't listen to this show.
He will now.
Not with that attitude.
I hope not, and I'm pretty sure he's married. It's fine. We're friends on Facebook. He came over before his dad went to work, but like, I was not one of those kids though who was like, "Hey, my best friend just crawls in through my window."
I was on the second story, and there was like a long fall to the ground. There would be no way to get up it.
Yeah.
And there was no like trellis.
No.
Because that was always the thing in those houses. They had like a trellis to like a half roof, and then people just like climb up in it. I'm like, wouldn't your parents see the fucking ladder on the outside of your house?
On Dawson's Creek, she uses a fucking ladder.
Does it like roll out, or is it just out?
It's like, they just like keep a ladder for her to use. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna just like use the front door, what are you raised in, a barn? Like, If your parents are cool with you being there, enough so that they're storing a ladder so you can access, why not just like use the front door?
Yeah.
Because it's not like it's a clubhouse or anything or a treehouse.
No, it's Dawson's crappy bedroom.
He loved movies.
I'm going to be a filmmaker.
I just think about like teenage boy bedroom, and it's like, everything in there is sticky. You know it.
It smells bad in there.
Yeah. It smells like,
what does it smell like?
it smells like Fritos and ass is what I think.
My room didn't stink.
No. Well, Hal, you're a fastidious individual.
I am a fastidious individual. I keep high standards. Everything in its place, and a place for everything. The ass stink goes in the bathroom. And a spin class where you have your face in someone's ass all the time.
And then hopefully the shower floor, just leaving it all behind.
Yes. Let it go down the drain.
Leave that stink in the shower.
Like the blood in Psycho, it goes right down the drain.
Exactly.
Never to be seen again.
So when I would be watching football with my uncles, occasionally, like during just at any random point during the game, they would be talking about a player, and one of my uncles would go, his room smells like ass. like these big beefy linebackers, and they're like this beefy, like his room smells like ass.
And you're like, oh God, I can't even deny it.
Because
That's
it does.
a washing issue. Yeah.
Just like
wash your butt, everybody. Wash your butt, football players. Wash that butt,
dude. I say wash all of your crevices.
Yeah, but if it smells like ass, then the ass is the problem.
Well,
get in there.
But I think people use the word ass, like it smells like ass, to mean any stinky smell, right? It could be BO smell. It could be stinky sock smell.
I think it just smells like a swamp ass.
I hate when people say it smells like toes or it smells like feet. I'm like repulsed by that phrase. You know what I mean? People do say that, and I'm like, I want to throw up. I hate that.
What if it smells like puppy feet, where it smells like popcorn?
Oh, that's cute.
See, that's an okay foot smell.
It's nice that dogs' feet smell good.
For a little while.
Until they step in poo-poo.
Yeah. And then they get older, and everybody's foot stink at some point. Your foot stink, his foot stink, her foot stink, their foot stink, dog foot stink, every foot stink. Foot stink. Hashtag foot stink. Hashtag just do it.
Tell us about it. Please don't.
Okay.
Don't tell us about anything that smells, that comes from a body, that doesn't smell good. It doesn't smell like warm baking cookies. That is the only smell I want to hear about, is warm baking cookies.
Oh, I love that smell.
Joseph made cookies tonight.
Does it smell like cookies right now?
It does.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah. I walked in downstairs and I was like, Joseph, I'm doing cookies tonight. And he's like, I'm making cookies tonight. I'm like, no, I'm recording the episode of Cookies. And he's like, oh no, I'm making cookies tonight. So he made us cookies.
Send me one.
Yeah. I want a cookie.
Through email.
Yeah. I was, if we recorded in a studio, I would have made cookies for all of us tonight, but we don't.
Yeah.
So instead I just ate more cookies than I should have. And it felt good. But yeah, so I told Joseph, I was like, for the Night Vale, Good Morning Night Vale patrons, we're going to do a live stream where him and I make rubber cookies. And rubber cookies are the cookies he likes to make that are delicious, and rubber is a misnomer. But we're going to make them we'll do a live stream, and we will take questions while we make cookies and live in great domestic bliss. So shit like that happens on the Patreon.
That's right.
Or if you're there, just send us stuff you want us to talk about, Joseph and I, as I can exploit my relationship to him to get cookies and questions answered. That's what being married's all about. Yeah. Speaking of being married, what that's all about, we're married to our love of bread and sauce and cheese and the fans of this show.
Stay right there. Good Morning Night Vale will return after a brief break.
Calzone. Casey writes, first of all, I like the way that Casey spells their name.
Hell yeah.
Caysi, badass. Casey writes, "Hi, I have a theory that every time there's an episode with a mirrored number, such as 44, which we're doing today, or 33, 22, 11, a new version of Night Vale collides with the one we normally hear from. First, we have 11, wheat and wheat byproducts, where wheat and its byproducts suddenly transform into destructive spirits, where we even have the technical difficulties part, where it sounds like Cecil is choking before he says these problems have been corrected. Then in 22, after establishing that Night Vale is a barren desert, we suddenly have a whispering forest. 33 is cassettes, where Cecil finds cassettes of things not from his own reality. 44 is Girl Scout cookies, where Cecil suddenly mentions he has a niece, and StrexCorp buys all of the cookies, including the inhumanly heavy unmarked boxes. 55 is the episode where staff from the University of What It Is, which Carlos has never mentioned before, suddenly pops up. I could go on all the way through the series, but I think you get it. LOL. Thanks for reading, y'all. P.S. If this makes it on the show, please have Hal read it. I dream of being Steve Carlsberg, so that would make my year. Thank. Oh. First of all, get up off my jock. I'm Steve. You can't be Steve. I'm happy to read this. It is an interesting theory. I think, here's the interesting thing. I think parts of it, like, oh, this is a huge shift in reality. Other parts are just reveals of information. Like, we may not have heard of the niece before, but doesn't mean she wasn't there. It's just sort of expanding of the world. However, the idea of these giant tonal shifts I like a lot. So now as we get to 55 and 66 and so forth, I'm going to be looking for that specifically. And it's all because of you, Casey. It's all because of you.
Yeah, I agree. I also think that to speaking to your theory for episode 44 is it's revealed that Dana is blinking in and out of time. She's able to go to the future and see her future self.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's that's another aspect to the dualities or new dimensions that are revealed in these mirrored episodes. So I think that's a interesting theory. Also, I don't know if we talked about it before with blinking in and out of existence, but intern Maureen is alive.
Right.
Which we didn't know.
This is when we find out for sure. We weren't sure what happened to her because he didn't say to the parents, to the family of intern Maureen. But now we find out. She over there.
Yeah, she's not actually dead because Maureen Johnson launched a Twitter campaign to have her namesake character not actually be dead.
That's right.
Good job, Maureen.
Yeah, and it's confirmed in this episode that she's just in the other world with Non Peters, or John Peters, and Non Peters is in Night Vale now.
Also, I'm spelling that Naan.
like garlic naan?
Yes, that's my favorite. Mm.
I love naan, and I also love when I order Indian food for a group of people. I'm like, does everyone want a naan? I don't want us to run out of naan. I don't want to have a naan issue. It's my favorite joke. It's
That's
my favorite. One. You could use it at home next time you're ordering Indian food. I hope that you never have a naan issue where there's a lack of naan or too much naan.
There's never too much naan.
Well, recently in Chicago, actually, Joseph and I had a too much naan situation. We went to a delicious Indian restaurant and we ordered the naan sampler like dweebs, thinking that it would just be a couple pieces, and it was
a full
15. No, it was 15 pieces of naan. It was
a Rolodex of naan.
Yes, it was every kind that they made.
Did you Did you do cards and go like the deck?
Yeah, we made it rain. We tucked in and tried to do our best, but it's always hard when you're leaving bread behind. And that's a non-issue. Our next submission comes from Habiba. Habiba says, "Hi, all. I've been really enjoying listening to Good Morning Night Vale. As someone who's never seen y'all at a convention, it's really fun to hear the behind-the-scenes stories for the first time. The thing I generally love about Night Vale most is the dedication and continuity unfolding over the years. That and the silly laugh-out-loud lines that catch me by surprise. One comment about episode 44, Cookies, if I've managed to catch you in time for that one. You sure did. The first time I heard the up next line at the end of the episode, a lifetime of self-questioning followed by conflicting answers from an unreliable source, it struck me as the most profound and relatable summation of the human condition I've ever come across in any work of fiction. Also, I generally agree with Hal about the weather. That's not usually integral to any episode. I really love Pretty Little Head by Eliza Rickman, which is episode 45, the next one coming up. One of the weathers that made it out of the podcast and into my music playlist. The other one is Black Eyes by David Wurzig, episode 75, Through the Narrow Place. Best, Habiba, who mentions that they're from the UK.
Cheers.
Yes. Cheers, Habiba. Yeah, this episode does have a lot of lines that I also found inspirational or like really stood out to me. In particular, the proverbs, which we don't normally talk about, but this one is one of my favorite ones. It's at your smallest components, you are indistinguishable from a forest fire. I literally have that. Someone made a piece of artwork when we stayed. Remember when we stayed at that really nice hotel in New Orleans? Was that the Four Seasons? Yes, that really nice one. And somebody made us, someone who worked there, drew little pictures for us with Night Vale quotes on them and left them in each of our rooms.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
it was
that hotel
really
was
nice.
Ridiculous.
It was amazing. And so thanks for that, Meg. Also, that it's like literally hangs in my bathroom right now. So that line was really strong for me.
Their name is Sylvia. Because I usually try to email hotels before we show up and say like, hey, we're going to come in. We're like a bunch of people and we're going to want to check in. And these are like, this is who we are. And people usually don't respond, but the concierge responded that they were a fan. And then they just said, let me see. Their name is Sylvia. What did they say? They said like stuff about the glow cloud, and they sent like a normal email, and then the end it was just P.S. I hope you don't get caught by the glow cloud during your travels. And then I responded being like yes. And then so when we got to the hotel, all of our rooms each had a little piece of Night Vale art that Sylvia had created and put in our rooms at this hotel that was absolutely totally bonkers. Okay, listen, I'll say it was July in New Orleans, so hotels were very cheap. So,
not a lot of people heading out there.
Not a lot of people really flocking to New Orleans in July, unless they're doing Night Vale. But yeah, Sylvia hooked it up, and we had a really nice time staying there.
And now I have that art in my bathroom and around my home.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Habiba. I didn't really think about the up next until I read it in your email, which is a lifetime of self-questioning followed by conflicting answers from an unreliable source.
Isn't that just life?
It's life, especially doctors.
Oh,
the doctor shade. Oh, the shade.
I don't want to doctors.
Unless, of course, you're a doctor who's a Night Vale listener, and then I totally respect you, and I'm here for you.
Also, help us. We're artists.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Help us out.
I think I'm dying.
I have TMJ.
I have TMJ. Will you smell this?
I've got a weird mole.
Yeah. I have so many a weird mole. And I have TMJ. And I have arrhythmia, guys. It's all just weird.
Oh, my God.
Look, Meg, if you ever drop, I'm there for you. I will pump your chest. I am CPR and AED certified.
I appreciate that you are.
I'm not, but I'll pace around going, somebody should do something.
She has TMJ.
Yeah. She has TMJ. The clicking. Somebody think about the clicking.
It's hard for her to eat sandwiches.
Do you understand the pain? Do you?
See, I like in situations like that, I get like really clear and I'll be like, Hal, you call 911. You over there, go do this. And I'm like,
cut that sandwich up for her.
Cut that sandwich up. You boil some water. Pump, pump, pump,
Boil
pump.
some
2
water.
breaths. Isn't that they always make you boil water? And it's like,
that is
what are
true.
you going to use boiled water for? You
Gives
dummy?
you something to do.
Yeah.
Boiled water.
Get some clean rags and
Quick, I need boiled water.
give her a nice brandy.
Get me some boiled water ASAP.
And finally, we have Kristen in the Calzone. Kristen writes, in episode 44, Cookies.
Cookies, yeah. Yeah.
Y'all, cookies.
Cookies.
Cecil once again chews out Steve Carlsberg for some misdeed, real or imagined, but we never get to hear Steve's side of the story. Hal, please give Steve this moment to defend himself. You have 90 seconds of the clock. Go.
Steve is single parenting it right now. He's doing the best he can. He loves his daughter very much. He loves his wife very much. He loves his brother-in-law very much. And some things fall through the cracks. Plus, Steve's the only one who knows what's really going on. He knows those aren't actual Girl Scout cookies. He knows they're serving an evil purpose. He probably knew what was coming up with the company barbecue, that cookout that was happening. So, I mean, come on. He's the only one who knows what's going on. He's not going to support something that's evil and bad for his daughter. He's not blind like some people.
Well, we'll see. in court. Thanks.
In court? Why do I have to go to court about it?
Isn't that what they do these days with all parents? Take them to court. Take them to court.
All parents go to court. You know that movie.
Oh. Thank you all so very much for listening this week. Thank you so much for writing into the Fan Zone to tell us about cookies. Thank you to Cookies for existing. Thank you to my husband Joseph for making me cookies tonight. He will make us all cookies on the Patreon sometime soon. Stay tuned for that. Next week is no show because we are bi-weekly. So the next episode in 2 weeks will be a story about them. And as always, good morning, Night Vale. Good morning. Good Morning Night Vale is a Night Vale Presents production. It is hosted by Symphony Sanders, Hal Lublin, and Meg Bashwiner. It is edited by Grant Stewart. It is mixed by Vincent Cacchione. It is produced by Meg Bashwiner. Theme music by Disparition. Special thanks to our fans who submitted their thoughts this week. Leave us a voicemail at 929-277-2050 or email us at info@goodmorningnightVale.com to share your theories and ask questions or to tell us about a cookie you like. This show is powered by our patrons like Ben Sharon, Paul Waper, Kate Lefevers, Kuka Maria Westman, and Lindsay Schneider. If you are interested in supporting this show in exchange for ad-free episodes, pictures and stories from the road, or a hand-selected subscription box service of Night Vale stuff accumulating in my home, check us out at patreon.com/goodmorningnightVale. For more information on this show, go to Good Morning Night Vale. For more information on this show, go to goodmorningnightVale.com and follow us on Facebook and on Twitter at Night Vale Chat. Special thanks to Christy Gressman, Jeffrey Craner, Joseph Fink, and Adam Cecil. Today's adverb is uneaten. 40% of all food in the U.S. goes uneaten. Some of that food is cookies. Get to work, America.